In 480 BC, a narrow pass in Greece became the stage for one of history's most legendary stands. The land was rugged, the air crisp as the morning mist clung to the hills of Thermopylae. A sense of anticipation hung heavy in the dawn's stillness, the world holding its breath in the face of a clash that would echo through the ages. In this ancient land where olive trees whispered tales of old and the sea bore witness to countless destinies, courage was about to be tested, betrayal was to cast its long shadow, and the promise of immortality was to be etched in the annals of time. Greece was about to confront the mighty Persian Empire, a formidable force that reached far and wide, swallowing nations whole. But there, on that narrow pass, stood an insurmountable obstacle. Against overwhelming odds, 300 Spartans faced the might of an empire. An empire, vast and mighty, set its sight on one of the cradles of civilization, Greece. The Persian Empire at the dawn of the 5th century BC was an unstoppable force, a colossus that stretched from Egypt to India, boasting a population of millions under its dominion. This was an empire that had been built on the back of relentless conquest, its power and wealth unparalleled. The Persian kings, known as the Great Kings, commanded respect and fear in equal measure. Their palaces, adorned with gold and precious stones, symbolized their immense wealth and power. They ruled over an intricate network of satrapies or provinces, each governed by a loyal satrap or governor, ensuring the smooth functioning of their sprawling empire. The Persians were not just formidable in terms of their territorial expanse or riches, their military might was a force to be reckoned with. The Persian army was a well-oiled machine, composed of infantry, cavalry, charioteers and archers drawn from every corner of the empire. Their numbers were said to be so vast that their march would shake the very earth beneath them. Yet their eyes were set on Greece. Why, one might ask? Greece, with its independent city-states and constant internal squabbles, might not have seemed a worthy prize for such a formidable empire, but the Persians saw opportunity. They saw a gateway to the west, a stepping stone to further conquests. They saw a chance to bring the Greek city-states under their fold and extend their influence even further. The Persian king, Xerxes, was known for his ambition. He was determined to avenge the defeat his father Darius had suffered at the hands of the Greeks a decade earlier, at the Battle of Marathon. Xerxes was not a man to take such a slight lightly. He marshaled his vast forces, setting the stage for an invasion that would forever be etched in the annals of history. The Persian juggernaut was unstoppable, or so it seemed. The stage was set, the players were ready, and the world watched with bated breath as the mighty Persians turned their gaze towards the small, divided Greek city-states. Little did they know the resistance they were about to encounter. In the face of impending doom, one man, King Leonidas of Sparta, stood defiant. At the heart of the Spartan society was a culture built on discipline, honor, and courage. The Spartans were warriors, trained from a young age to endure hardship, to protect their city, and to value their duty above all else. This was a society where bravery was not just admired but demanded. King Leonidas, their leader, was a man of exceptional valor. He was more than just a king, he was a warrior who stood shoulder to shoulder with his men on the battlefield. Leonidas was a symbol of Spartan resilience, a beacon of their undying spirit. And it was this spirit that would guide them through the storm that was about to descend upon them at Thermopylae. The pass of Thermopylae was more than just a narrow strip of land sandwiched between the mountains and the sea. It was a strategic choke point, a gate that could hold back the surging tides of the Persian force. But more importantly, for Leonidas and his 300 Spartans, it was a stage upon which they could display their courage, their unity, and their willingness to sacrifice everything for the freedom of their homeland. The significance of their stand at Thermopylae cannot be overstated. They were vastly outnumbered, facing a force so large it was said to drink rivers dry. Yet they did not falter. They did not retreat. They knew the odds were against them, but they chose to stand, not because they believed they could win, but because they believed in the sanctity of their duty. Their courage was not born out of a desire for glory, but out of a deep-seated belief in the Spartan way of life. A life that valued honor above longevity, duty above survival, and freedom above all else. It was this courage, this Spartan ethos, that would see them through the coming storm. With their shields and spears, 300 Spartans prepared to defy an empire. And so they stood, ready to face the might of Persia, ready to make their stand, ready to write their names in the annals of history. The narrow pass of Thermopylae echoed with the clash of shields and the cries of warriors. On the fateful days of the battle, the world seemed to hold its breath, watching a small band of Spartans face the might of an empire. The Persian forces, vast and formidable, advanced like a tidal wave, their numbers blotting out the horizon. But the Spartans, with their backs to the sea, their spirits unyielding, held their ground. Each Spartan warrior, a master of the phalanx formation, stood shoulder to shoulder, shield to shield, forming an impenetrable wall of bronze and iron. The battle tactics were simple, yet brutally effective. The narrow pass at Thermopylae, known as the Hot Gates, was the perfect battleground for the Spartans. Their strategy hinged on this natural bottleneck, where the superior numbers of the Persian army could not be fully utilized. The Spartans' phalanx formation, a dense interlocked shield wall bristling with spears, was perfectly suited to this terrain. The Persians charged wave after wave, but each assault was met with Spartan steel. The Spartan warriors, trained since childhood for this moment, fought with a ferocity and discipline that astounded their foes. The sight of these men, unyielding, unafraid, must have been a terrifying sight for the Persian invaders. But the Spartans were not invincible. The sheer weight of the Persian onslaught began to take its toll. The Spartans fought, bled, and fell, but for every Spartan warrior that fell, dozens of Persians were claimed. The narrow pass of Thermopylae ran red with blood, a testament to the ferocity of the conflict. And then, betrayal. A local resident, Ephialtes, seeking favor with the Persians, revealed a mountain path that led behind the Spartan lines. The Persians, seizing this opportunity, sent a detachment to flank the Spartans. King Leonidas, aware of this treachery, made a fateful decision. He ordered most of his allied Greek forces to retreat, while he and his 300 Spartans, along with a few hundred others who refused to leave, remained to hold the pass. The final assault was brutal. The Spartans, surrounded and outnumbered, fought with a desperate ferocity. King Leonidas himself fell in the battle, but his warriors fought on, protecting their fallen king's body. The battle raged on until every last Spartan was defeated. Outnumbered, outmatched, but never outwilled, the Spartans fought until their last breath. The Battle of Thermopylae was over, but the legend of the 300 Spartans had just begun. Their sacrifice, a testament to courage and duty, would echo through the ages, inspiring countless generations to stand against overwhelming odds. The Battle of Thermopylae, a testament to the indomitable spirit of freedom, remains one of history's most heroic stands. In the quiet of Thermopylae today, the echoes of a heroic past linger. The Spartan legacy is not merely a tale of a bygone era, but a testament to the indomitable human spirit that endures through the ages. It is a story of valor, sacrifice, and the unwavering will of a few to stand against the many, a story that continues to resonate in our hearts and minds. Today, the rugged terrain of Thermopylae stands serene and tranquil, a stark contrast to the ferocity of the battle that once raged here. Yet, beneath the calm surface, the echoes of clashing shields, the roars of valiant warriors, and the thunderous march of a formidable enemy still resonate. The air is thick with the spirit of the 300 Spartans who, against overwhelming odds, chose to stand their ground, to defend their land, their freedom, their honor. So, what is the significance of their sacrifice? Is it merely a tale of the underdog, or does it hold deeper implications? The Spartans knew the odds were against them, yet they faced the Persian onslaught with unwavering courage, not for the promise of victory, but for the very principle of freedom. Their stand at Thermopylae was not just a battle against a foreign invader, but a struggle for the ideals they held dear. The legacy of the 300 Spartans transcends the confines of time and geography. It is a beacon of courage, resilience, and sacrifice that continues to illuminate the path for us even today. It reminds us that sometimes the true victory lies not in overpowering an enemy, but in standing up for what we believe in, regardless of the odds. The Spartan ethos of duty, honor, and courage has been immortalized in countless works of literature, art, and popular culture, serving as a constant source of inspiration for generations. Their unwavering spirit continues to resonate, reminding us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The 300 Spartans, a testament to courage and sacrifice, continue to inspire us to this day. Even in the quiet of Thermopylae today, their echoes of bravery reverberate, reminding us that sometimes the few can indeed stand against the many.